Dudes, what's up? We got that first update for MXGP 2021. So this just came out today, December 21st, 2021. All right. This game came out November 30th, 2021. So that is exactly 3 weeks from release. This is the very first update on the PC version of the game. I think they went in there and did a little update for the consoles, but it was like a really small, very, very minor update on like December 9th or something like that. But this is the first main update to the game 3 weeks after launch. Okay. So I wanted to go through here and read these patch notes a little bit and kind of take a look at what they've done here. So this is the new track right here that has apparently been added. I'm not sure what the deal was. Like, I think it might have been playable in career maybe or something. I have no idea. Let me read right here on the patch notes. It says, added Mantova track on all offline and online game modes. It is also playable in career. Okay, so apparently it wasn't in there before. Not really sure what the deal is with that. Maybe just didn't have the track in the game at the start like they were supposed to have, just straight up, right off the bat. That might have been the deal there, and then they're finally adding it in here. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. I'm not really sure. And there's also another weird thing with this game, and I've seen a bunch of you guys talking about this in the chat of a couple of my live streams on this game, talking about like, well, the console doesn't have as many bugs as the PC version, the PS5, Xbox Series X or whatever the hell. Apparently, those games didn't have quite as many bugs as the PC version, which is weird. Typically, nowadays, it's kind of the other way around, but apparently I did hear that from quite a few people that the console version didn't have quite as many bugs as the PC version, so I don't know what the hell's going on with this game, but some people are experiencing a lot of bugs like I did. Some people aren't experiencing as many bugs. It's just weird. I don't know how to explain it, dude. But nonetheless, this is apparently the track they added right here. So, yeah, I mean, here we are again with these literal 15-foot backyard jumps on the track. Listen, Milestone, I don't know how you could make your jumps any smaller if you tried. I literally don't know how you could make a MXGP, motocross track like this with any smaller of jumps than this right here. I don't know how it would even be possible. You've got the jumps as small as you can possibly make them without literally like you would, if they made the jumps any smaller than they are here, you wouldn't even come off of the ground. You literally wouldn't even come off of the ground, bro. Does some of you boys not see the problem with that when it comes to, arcade motocross game track scaling, jump scaling? Oh, man. I mean, you barely even come off of the ground on 90% of the jumps in this entire game. That is not how arcade motocross gaming has ever been. That's not how it was ever supposed to be. That's not fun factor. That's boring factor. Like, damn, dogs. All right, either way, let's move on here. Next little point they made was added desert map to the track editor. Create unique tracks on this new map and share it worldwide. Well, I know when I went into your track editor of this game, Milestone, I encountered literally like 10 different bugs within the matter of 5 minutes of using your track editor. So we'll get in there and take a look at that here in just a second and see if you fixed any of the bugs. You say you've added a new desert, track editor map, but that's kind of funny because like that's not even really the problem with your track editor. It's all of the bugs, the exact same module pieces you had in your previous track editors of your MXGP games. No new module pieces, no roughness rut module pieces, no, Supercross module pieces, nothing like that. Nothing actually new to the track editor, really. Those are the problems with your track editor. So I find it to be kind of interesting how you choose to, the one thing you do is add another area to build your custom tracks in. I don't really understand that, but okay. Let's move on here. It says, added tear-off feature on all game modes. Tired of mud on your goggles? Just use the tear-off and clean them. Okay. So apparently this might have been something that was only in the career mode, but it wasn't in the other mode. I have no idea. Okay. Just a bizarre, like they're kind of halfway in between having a full-blown tear-off system. Didn't they have tear-offs in some of the previous Milestone games? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they did. Like, this is not actually really a big thing here of any sort. From what I'm seeing, most of the stuff I'm seeing here in this first update is really just adding things that were already in previous Milestone games that somehow just missed the launch of this game. But now they're just adding it in there in the first update. That seems to be what this first update really is. Hence, this next thing right here. Added player's ghost on time attack game mode. Upload your best ghost on leaderboards, improve your time, blah, blah, blah. So they've added the ghost back in the time attack. The whole reason in even having a time attack mode, I mean, that's like a giant aspect to any kind of racing game when you have a time attack or a, time trial or anything like that. That ghost thing that you had in the very oldest MXGP games. I don't know which one they first added that in there on. I think it was like MXGP 2 or 3. I know they had it in a bunch of the Supercross games. Again, it's like why this wasn't just in there at launch on your 11th dirt bike game. I have no idea, but here we are again. Okay, let's move on. It says added gameplay cameras customization. Now you could customize all gameplay cameras in order to create the best one for your riding style. Okay, so some custom cameras here. Yeah, that is like desperately needed because the standard third-person camera of this game clips into the bottom of the screen itself. Literally bugged level clipping. You can see right there. If you barely lean back on the bike over a jump or you try to throw a whip or do anything like that, the whole bike will just clip into the bottom of the screen to where you can't even see what the fuck you're even doing. I don't know if going in there and messing with the custom cameras is actually going to help with that. I would just assume it would. But yeah, it's like with their standard third-person camera in this game, it just doesn't feel right. Something about it to me just feels off. Like the angle of it is not proper. Like it's like the angle of it is too low. And I noticed that when I went in there with like on Supercross 4, it just felt so much better. It was a little, like when you go into Supercross 4's standard third-person camera, it's a little bit more zoomed out than this right here. And it's kind of pitched a little bit different to where it doesn't feel like it clips out of the screen as much like this one does. This one feels like it's a little too far zoomed in, and then the camera moves too much whenever you throw a whip or you lean back too far on a jump, and then that's what causes it to clip in like that. You know what I mean? Look at that. I mean, good God, man. There just ain't no excuse for that, dude. Like, look at this, though. Where is the camera looking? I have no idea. Okay, so either way, it says added bike info before starting a duel or challenge in career mode, updated. I don't know how to say that dude's name. With the latest gears he has during MXGP World Championship. So apparently their effort is being put into updating gear that dudes are changing in real life in the current MXGP championship, or they had the wrong gear on the guy or something like that. Another little thing, Milestone, you probably want to have Tech 10s, Alpine Star Tech 10s in your AAA replica MXGP game, Tech 10s, you know, those things you had in MXGP3, you know, those you know, the real Alpine Stars that most people buy that, you know, when they think of Alpine Star, they think of Tech 10s. You know, you had it in your older MXGP games, you know, something that I have no idea why is not in this game. It just makes no sense. There is so many things to this game that just make no sense. No ghost mode when the game launched. No Tech 10s. What are you doing? It's just like, what are you doing? Okay, either way, it said fix bug with anti-cheat system, improve stability, and minor fixes. All right. Let's go to this track editor, new desert map on the track editor. Let's take a look at that. I'm just sitting here scratching my head at how this wasn't just in the game when it was launched. Like, why? Was this like some sort of cutout track that was supposed to be paid DLC like you did with the past MXGP game, but you felt bad about the lack of content in this game, so you just went ahead and threw this in an update instead of making it paid DLC like you planned to? That's what it seems like, doesn't it? Interesting. Oh, man. Yeah, so let's see. I'm sure they've fixed some of the bugs you would imagine here. You gotta love how it's like almost impossible to place down one of these start module things. It's just like, what the hell? That is so bizarre how they have that in this game. All right. So this is your desert area here. Again, still the exact same module pieces that you had in all the other MXGP games. No roughness, no ruts, you know, because it's a Motocross games track editor. No rut module pieces, no roughness, no different kind of dirt compounds. None of the shit you actually wanted in the next, you know, MXGP games track editor. It's none of that. Same module, same boring rolled off motocross jump module pieces that you've had forever. 5 different renditions of the exact same finish line tabletop for your finish line module pieces. And some people want to act like this game is just so great. It's beyond me, dude. That is all of your module pieces, though, bro. No Supercross module, but they couldn't bring over any of that. No, hell no, bro. Couldn't bring over any of that. Dude, I'm not even making a track on this bullshit. Couldn't bring over any of the Supercross module. We're on like the 3rd, you know, MXGP games track editor. Couldn't bring over any of them Supercross module pieces, you know, so you could have Supercross content or hybrid content in this game. No. They're going to completely restrict you on that. I don't even think there's really all that much of a Supercross track on the compound of this game. They have totally stripped away any Supercross track content of any kind in this entire game. It's so weird. Why have they done that? I don't understand. I really don't get it. It's just, you know, they started to give you like Supercross tracks content in like MXGP3's you know, compound, free ride compound. Then with MXGP Pro, you really had a Supercross track on the compound. And 19, they gave you like this weird little kind of sort of like a Supercross track on the compound. And then it's just, they've just slowly stripped that away from you. And now at this point, you basically have 0 Supercross content in this entire game. We're back to square one again. When it comes to content, I don't understand. Oh, boys, oh, boys. There ain't nothing that can save this game at this point, man. There just ain't nothing that can save this game. There's like these dragon's back looking shit. These are not Supercross module pieces right here, bruh. They just ain't. It's just so not what is expected at this point with Milestone's 11th or 12th dirt bike game. You know what I mean? AAA $60 dirt bike game. You would just expect more out of it at this point. That's all I can really come to the conclusion of when it comes to MXGP 2021. It's just like, what the hell are we doing here? We're adding back Ghost mode. Like, in the first update, why was that not just in the game? Mantova, why was that not just in the game? It's just like, what the fuck? What even is this first update, dude? I mean, what even is it, dude? I mean, yeah, is it cool to have another area to build a track in? Yeah, but like, is this the same bullshit track editor you've had? Yes. So it's just not even fun to come in here and try to build a track. It's not even fun anymore. That's where they've gotten this shit to. It's not even fun anymore. Certainly with the bugs to the track editor when it first came out. I'm sure they fixed some of that, but and it's just hard to, when you start talking about the bugs in this game, it's like, I can't tell what was on the consoles, what wasn't on the consoles, what was pre-update, after update. I don't even know, man. But nonetheless, nothing's going to save this game. It's unbelievable. So either way, that's the first update to MXGP 2021. 3 weeks after launch. Yeah. Ain't nothing else to say to this, dog.